The Sunoco Cup Series now does their thing here at Dover for the second time this season for the Wells Fargo 500 as we get into the final 10 races of the Sunoco Cup Series. And on the pole was our winner at Indy and our winner at the first Bristol race. Megan Yee will lead that, and on the outside will be Johnny Gardner, the winner at Texas. Row number 2 will be John Dawson and Chantel Ibarre, two-time winners right now, really trying to battle for the points with Alexander Dawson. Speaking of the Dawsons, Sasha Dawson, the winner at Martinsville, and Chris Dollarton will make row number 3. Row number 4 will be John Douglas and John Acosta. John was our Acosta, that is, was our winner at the Bristol night race, the Grab Some Buds 500. Row number 5 will be Haley Summerfield, the pole sitter at Atlanta, and Eric Matthews, a two-time winner. Row number 6 will be Stephanie Naylor and Michael Dawson, the winner at the first Richmond event. Row number 7 will be Liam Campbell and Ryan Acosta. Row 8 will be Tim Fiegel, the two-time winner who won at the Wrangler Jeans 400 at Richmond and the Daytona 500. And on the outside will be Alyssa Kondo. Row number 10 will be Ray Castor and Joel Qualls. Row number 11 will be Vanessa Franzen, a two-time winner, and Paige Johnson, the pole sitter at Rockingham. Then Josh Osborne and Jackie Qualls, the Chicagoland winner, will make row 12. Colin Cropley and Zach Carlson will make the pole sitter at the Mountain Dew Southern 500 at Darlington, will make row number 13. Ryan Cooper, a three-time winner, who including swept both New Hampshire races, and Daniel Schwab, the winner at the Mountain Dew Southern 500, will make that row. Then row number 15 will be Trey Campbell and Jay Gianorin. Jay was the pole sitter at Talladega. Then Skylyn Carlson, the winner at California, and Dylan Poteet in row number 16. Row 17 will be Aaron Reed, the Riverside winner, and Jamie Banks, the Atlanta winner. Alexander Dawson, our points leader, and Dylan Hughes, the multiple-time winner, two-time winner, make row number 18. Row 19 will be Tim Walsh and Keon Shaw, the Talladega winner, and James Qualls, the two-time winner, who's right now in that points battle, will tail the field. DNQs, Kathy Cantara, another DNQ for her. Tough, she's battling for the points, and that's going to hurt her case. Jake Cole, the pole sitter at Darlington, the first Darlington race, and Connor Breton, the pole sitter at our second Richmond event, also did not qualify. So we'll see what can come about here. 50 laps around the Monster Mile. Let's see if we'll have a wire-to-wire job, which we have not seen anything but a wire-to-wire job in the Sunoco Busch or Sunoco Cup Series events here. Dylan Hughes actually won this race. I don't think he polled though. I think in the Sunoco Cup Series race here, the first race, we did not have a wire-to-wire winner. Dylan Hughes did win, but I do not think that he polled. So anything could happen. So let's see what happens here. In Sunoco Busch, we've had wire-to-wire jobs in both races. Here, I don't think we had one. I don't know who polled that one. I'll look at that later when we get another yellow. When we get our yellows. Megan Yee currently leads now, though. John Dawson's going to try to poise a challenge. John, who has not won this year, he's trying to do something that he's the only guy who hasn't done it, and we're already going yellow. Johnny Gardner, Haley Summerfield, Stephanie Naylor, and they're still banging it up. You see Ryan Cooper, Josh Osborne. Didn't take long. And I do believe Haley Summerfield was a major culprit of such. As you could see what was going on as Megan Yee, we were focusing on Megan. Johnny Gardner right there. Haley Summerfield went extremely high, slaps right into the rear of Johnny Gardner going into Stephanie Naylor. And Stephanie Naylor hits the inside wall. Summerfield goes up, hits Liam Campbell, and then they go off. Now, I do not know where the Josh Osborne situation came about, because we saw some stuff with Josh Osborne's car sliding. So let's back it up a little bit. Now, Josh Osborne, there was another situation with Vanessa Franzen, it looks like, where the chain reaction actually happened at simultaneous period. Ryan Acosta and Michael Dawson. We're getting it, because there's the wreck with Johnny Gardner. Michael Dawson gets pushed with John Acosta and Ryan Acosta. Ryan goes into Josh Osborne and Vanessa Franzen, and they both go into the wall. Josh Osborne comes up the track. Franzen's riding that wall. Osborne goes up into Trey Campbell and hits Ryan Cooper, hits Joel Qualls, kinda. Cooper starts sliding into Alyssa Kondo. I don't know if he gave a little bit of a rear tap to Colin Cropley. But Stephanie Naylor getting a little bit of a touch. Aim with Trey Campbell hitting Stephanie again. Tough break for Stephanie Naylor. Skylin Carlson. I do believe the race won back to the line was won by Sasha Dawson. So right now, or is it? What happened with Sasha Dawson? We thought she won the race back to the line. Apparently not really. How about both Sasha Dawson and John Dawson? What happened? They won the race back to the line. We thought everything was good. Apparently not really. Here's the race back to the line. They get back to the line. It seems like they're good. They're going to get back into order. And then with the mess that was going on, going right into Keon Shaw, basically a bunch of parked cars, both she and John Dawson went right into Keon Shaw, who hit James Qualls and Dylan Poteet. And basically, they went from leaders to DNF in one fell swoop. Dylan Hughes kinda was there. Jamie Banks, and basically giving the lead to John Douglas, who was actually the third person line. So number 1 and number 2 go out in one moment. Unbelievable. John Douglas now gets the lead. With that happening, John Douglas gets the lead. Megan Yee is in second. Stephanie Naylor with the wreck goes to third. Same with Johnny Gardner, Chris Dollarton, Haley Summerfield, Chantelli Barra, Liam Campbell, John Acosta, and Alex Filter, your top 10. Then Tim Fiegel. We're going to be back to Green Flag Racing shortly, so we'll get right through this. Eric Matthews, Ray Castor, Michael Dawson, Vanessa Franzen, Ryan Acosta, Austin Hughes, Colin Cropley, Ryan Cooper, Alyssa Kondo, then Joel Qualls, Trey Campbell, Paige Johnson, Skylin Carlson, Zach Carlson, Jackie Qualls, Aaron Reed, Daniel Schwab, Dylan Poteet, James Qualls, Jamie Banks, Dylan Hughes, J.G. Honor, and Josh Osborne. So how about this for size? Sasha Dawson, John Dawson, and Alexander Dawson are all out. Tim Walsh and Keon Shaw as well. So now the point is wide open for James Qualls, Chantelli Barra, and others to get around Alexander Dawson. Damage is going to be done. The question is how much. That is huge, that we have Alexander Dawson out of the race. But the leader right now is John Douglas. They'll take the green. Megan Yee, pole sitter, finds herself back in second. Stephanie Naylor is in third, but she's going to get passed by the bunch of the field, including... There's Alex Filter kind of getting pinned back behind Stephanie Naylor. There's Eric Matthews. Tight racing going on here. Stephanie Naylor drops back Eric Matthews up on the high side. Same with Colin Cropley as Ryan Cooper passes. It looked like he touched the wall a little bit there with Stephanie Naylor. Not really. 3 wide battling going on here with Colin Cropley. Well, Paige Johnson passes. And then you have Jackie Qualls right now trying to make a move. Meanwhile, up front, it is Megan Yee has got back the lead. Battle going on for fourth now as here comes Ryan Acosta, our winner. Or give me John Acosta, our winner at Bristol. Getting into the top five. Ray Castor is trying to make advantage on the points. Talk about a couple that are battling for the points right now. Chantelly Barr is trying to take advantage of every bit that she can get with Alexander Dawson DNFing. I know the same could be said with the number 9 Coors Light Ford of Ray Castor, who's going to pass Liam Campbell. You got a pair, how about 3 beer cards right here in John Acosta, Ray Castor, and Liam Campbell. So you got Miller, Coors, and Stroh's right there. But now you can throw Michael Dawson, the last of the Dawsons here in competition. Field's starting to spread out though, as we are only 12 laps in the bag right now. Actually 13. Here comes Haley Summerfield again. Tried to make a move on the number 6 of Liam Campbell. Austin Hughes right there. Austin was the pole sitter at California. Gonna try to make a move on Haley. And we'll go for the number 8 spot and got it. Chantelly Barr is gonna try to go for the 9 spot now. Try to move up and stay in the top 10. And there's Tim Fiegel and John Acosta. Ryan Acosta. Colin Cropley right there in 14th. And Jackie Qualls, actually 13th. Jackie Qualls is 14th. 3 abreast racing battling right now. As there's Haley Summerfield battling with Chantelly Barra again. Behind Tim Fiegel, our winner at the Wrangler Jeans 400 at Richmond. Here comes Colin Cropley moving up the field. Taking position after position, picking him off. And he'll get into the number. He just can get in the top 10. He'll round out the top 10. Very good showing for Colin. He's also long overdue for a win. Up front, it is still now John Douglas and Megan Yee battling back and forth for the lead right now. Second is John Acosta moving up points. Johnny Gardner and Liam Campbell rounding out the top 5. Then Ray Castor, Michael Dawson, Tim Fiegel, Haley Summerfield, and Colin Cropley rounding out the top 10. Colin's trying to get a victory here before, as we're getting into the last 10 races of the season. Go time now. Still a battle for the lead. The gap's starting to close between Megan Yee and I look like we saw someone go through the dirt there for a second. Chantel Ibarra is smoking. Chantel Ibarra, her day is over. Tough break for Chantel Ibarra, who had an opportunity to seize points on Alexander Dawson, has lost that opportunity. I saw someone go through the dirt. I was wondering what was going on. Apparently that is what is going to go on. We're still green though, but that was shocking. Megan Yee now leads again. John Acosta dropped a second. Now, how about this? John Douglas has dropped off the pace. He's already dangerously going out of the top 5. As here comes Ray Castor, who now sees his opportunity now that he knows Chantel Ibarra is out, and Alexander Dawson is out, and James Qualls is distant. Colin Cropley is now in the 9th position, and Jackie Qualls rounds out the top 10 now. Haley Summerfield has dropped off the pace, apparently, as Eric Matthews takes the 11th spot. The beer wars heat up a little bit more, as now you can throw Budweiser into the top 10 mix as Colin Cropley passes by Liam Campbell and the Stroh's Light Ford. Now you have lap down traffic. How about Megan Yee getting pinned back behind John Acosta, who is a lap down? How about that? So the field starts to really expand its horizons. John Acosta still leads. Ray Castor is in second. It's still anybody's race. I can't even keep my focus on one or the other. As now Colin Cropley now finds himself in the top 5, but he's got a challenge from the number 34 of Jackie Qualls, our winner at Chicagoland. So now Colin Cropley has a shot at getting in the top 5. Actually, he's in the top 5, but we got a battle for the lead going on as John Acosta loses it to Ray Castor. Ray's trying to get his first win of the season. There's Michael Dawson. And I do believe we're yellow. And it may have to do with our early on leader, John Douglas. Yes, it does have to do with John Douglas multiple times. Now, here's that pinning factor that we saw with Megan Yee and John Douglas pinned back behind Ryan Acosta to let the field pass them, including... Now, there's the 3 wide. Now, she goes up high. He gets into the 4 of Ryan Acosta, gets right into the 22 of Eric Matthews. And then Eric pushes John to the wall, gets a little bit of a hit from Eric, and spins. So that obviously triggered the yellow, but I thought we saw more. And it may have to do with the number 33 of Trey Campbell, who had nowhere to go and went right into the rear of John Douglas. Tough break for Trey Campbell. There's J.G. Norin. So that ended their day. So that was what happened with John Douglas. So that's where we stand. Let's look at... So a tough break for John Douglas and a very good showing to kick off the race, as we're going to be in the halfway point. Now your top 5 is... How about this? You won beer cars. You've got 3 beer cars in the top 5 and 4 in the top 10. Right? Ray Castor. So how about this? You got Coors, Miller, 1 and 2. Ray Castor and John Acosta. Then Michael Dawson, Tim Fiegel, Colin Cropley, Budweiser. Then Jackie Qualls, Liam Campbell, Stroh's Light. Megan Yee, Johnny Gardner, Chris Dollarton. Then Haley Summerfield, Alex Filter, Austin Hughes, Eric Matthews. Skyland Carlson, which also has a beer car, Keystone. And Vanessa Franson, who has Miller High Life, is 16th. Then Jamie Banks, Zach Carlson, Paige Johnson, Ryan Cooper, Dylan Hughes, Daniel Schwab, Dylan Poteet, James Qualls, Joel Qualls, Aaron Reed, Alyssa Kondo, J.G. Norton, Stephanie Naylor, Josh Osborne, and basically John Douglas and Trey Campbell are done. And Ryan Acosta, I think, will pass them, because I do think Ryan Acosta is still in, or is he? Yes, he's still in, so he's going to pass Ryan Acosta. And actually, John Douglas is technically still in as well, if I recall. Yes, John Douglas is still in. So John Douglas will stay a lap down. Ryan Acosta will actually pass Trey Campbell, who DNF'd. And Chantel Ibarra, you got a feel for Chantel. She was right now set. How about number 1, number 2 in the points gone? So, unless James Qualls puts on a miraculous move, we may be seeing Ray Castor really start to close the gap. So, that's where we stand. We're back to green flag racing. It'll be 24 laps to go. As you see Ryan Acosta moving up to the inside, as he is not on the lead lap. And I do believe the same will happen with John Douglas. Yes, John Douglas will move up front as well. So you got 2 cars not in the lead lap going to the inside. As Ray Castor and John Acosta, our winner to grab some Buds 500 at Bristol, and our winner at the first Richmond race in Michael Dawson, our winner at our second Richmond race, Tim Fiegel, and Colin Cropley, who has not won. So you got the top 5, 2 drivers who have not won yet this year. Ray Castor's came so close so many times. Colin Cropley's probably the most long overdue of all the racers. Pace car's going to pull off. We're going to be back to green flag racing. 24 laps to go. We are past the halfway point. Let's see what happens. We've had some very competitive racing here at Dover. Let's see if it will continue. Green flag flies. We'll be back to racing. Ray Castor with a good jump. John Acosta, same thing. The rest of the field, same thing. As looking at the back, Colin Cropley going up way high is letting the number 34 of Jackie Qualls trying to make a move, but not yet. Actually, smart move there for Colin Cropley. Saves it there. Battle for fourth going on now as you see Tim Fiegel passing Michael Dawson. As now Fiegel gets in the fourth spot. Now Dawson has the poise to worry about a challenge from the number 11 of Colin Cropley. Moves up to the fourth spot. Got enough move, and she's gonna get it. Colin Cropley moving up to the fourth spot. Very good showing for Colin. Can today be his day? Talk about someone who's long overdue for a win. He wants it. He loses the position back to Michael Dawson, but now he's going to lose the sixth spot to Jackie Qualls. He's pinned up on that high side. He's got to need to tone it down when he gets it in there, but he's going to lose the top 5 position now. Well, he's actually still pinned on that high side. I don't know why he's not been able to go down low. He lost his top 5 spot. And now he's got to deal with Johnny Gardner to battle with. And now we have a new lead coming. Here comes John Acosta again. Ray Castor up on the high side. Here comes Tim Fiegel again, our winner at Richmond. Will be 20 laps to go this time by for the field. It's still anybody's race. Battle going on for 8th, 7th now. Johnny Gardner and Austin Hughes. Johnny Gardner will lose that spot to Hughes, and in 9th will be Megan Yee. Battle for 10th is Eric Matthews and Skylyn Carlson. Good showing for Dylan Poteet is now he's getting into the mix now. He's actually still out of that top 10 battle. He's battling it out with Dylan Hughes now for the number 12 spot, trying to move up positions. So let's see if Dylan Poteet's going to pose some sort of a challenge. And now we have a new leader, Tim Fiegel, yet again, as Ryan Acosta up high is letting Michael Dawson pass him. And now Jackie Qualls is going to do the same thing. Jackie has been a very consistent driver this season. And Colin Cropley sits there in the 6th spot. He was really looking good and then has kind of tapered off for a moment. Let's see if he can rebound it. Still have a long way to go. Still have about roughly less than 20 laps to go. Make that actually 17 or so laps to go. As now John Acosta still up high. New leader again, Ray Castor. Now Jackie Qualls going to go for the 4th spot on John Acosta. And he's got it. Let's see if Colin Cropley's going to follow Jackie's lead. And Colin Cropley's going to get back at the top 5. Yep, he will. Colin Cropley gets back at the top 5. Here comes Austin Hughes in the Armour Foods Food Line Lumina, as he's going to try to get into the mix of things. He's now in the 6th spot, right behind. He's going to try and challenge Colin Cropley for the number 5 spot. 3-way dance for the lead right now. Ray Castor, Michael Dawson, and Ray Castor. Battle for 2nd going on right now. Not really. We thought we were going to see Michael Dawson make a move on Tim Fiegel. Not yet, but Tim Fiegel's going to make a move on the number 9 of Ray Castor. Drag race on the back straightaway. Gets enough momentum. 14 laps to go for the field now. Jackie Qualls now has closed the gap. She's going to try to get the number 4 spot from Ray Castor. Got enough momentum? She'll take it. So now your top 3 are all previous winners. Either won once or won twice. Tim Fiegel won twice. Michael Dawson won once. Jackie Qualls won once. And then the next 2 are both non-winners. Ray Castor and Colin Cropley have came so close, but have never pulled out the job. Battle for the lead. Here we go. Here comes Michael Dawson, the last of the Dawsons remaining in the Sunoco Cup this event. As we saw, Sasha and John lead the race and go out. We saw Alexander Dawson, the points leader, bow out. Now here comes Jackie Qualls, winner at Chicagoland, going to try to make a move. 12 laps to go. Now the field has all of a sudden got really close together. Colin Cropley's going to pass Tim Fiegel, battling it out. Battle for 2nd as well. Here comes the number 9 of Ray Castor. Colin Cropley's going to go for the 3rd spot on Michael Dawson. John Acosta's right there. The beer wars continue to brew on. Pun intended. Colin Cropley's now in 3rd. Here comes John Acosta, Megan Yee, pole sitter, back in the mix as well. 10 laps to go. Not really, 11 laps to go. We're getting close to that point. Leader right now is Jackie Qualls. Ray Castor, Colin Cropley, both non-winners right there in second and third. Then you have a couple more winners. John Acosta won at Bristol, the night race. Megan Yee has won twice this year. Won the first Bristol event and then won the Brickyard 400. 10 laps to go. Anybody's race. Let's see. We're going to stick with the field right now here. Colin Cropley goes up high. Here comes Ryan Acosta. John Acosta, makes a move to the inside to take the number 3 spot. He'll have enough momentum. He's going to take it back to Miller. Genuine Draft. Number 2 Pontiac passes. Tim Fagel battling it out there for the number 5 spot with Megan Yee. He'll get back into the mix of things. Dropped back a little bit to Eric Matthews, who's right now behind Michael Dawson to try to pass Megan Yee. Battle for second going on. We've got a new leader once again, Ray Castor. Jackie Qualls drops back to second. Now John Acosta's got enough momentum there. Colin Cropley following suit. 8 laps to go. Still anybody's race. Do not count out anybody in this top 10, because anybody can come in and win it. It doesn't matter if you're Colin Cropley, or if you're Eric Matthews, or if you're Johnny Gardner, or even if you're in the far back like Dylan Pote or James Qualls, who could put on a hot move for things. 7 laps to go. The field has gotten really tight right there. It's still Ray Castor leading. John Acosta going to try to pass Jackie Qualls. Not yet, but here comes Colin Cropley. He's saying, game time over. I'm going to make a move. Same with Tim Fagel with the help right behind him. So you got Ford, Buick, Ford, Pontiac. As Tim Fagel tried to make a move on Colin Cropley, but nothing to make the purchase. Nothing to show for. So now it's still Ray Castor, Jackie Qualls, Colin Cropley. So they've got 2 beer cars. Actually, now you have beer car, pancakes, beer, oil, beer. Your top 5. That's when I refer to sponsors. As up, it looked like Jackie Qualls went a little bit high to actually lost a little bit of ground there. Still 5 laps to go. This time by it'll be 4 laps to go. As Ray Castor still has the lead. They're now single file with about a couple car lengths separating each other. The top 5 have spaced themselves out nicely. Let's see if there's any moves that are still going to be made. Any drafts are going to be established. Any challenges are going to be thrown. Not yet, but the gap starts to close. Actually, Tim Fagel's starting to make ground on Colin Cropley. Let's see if that'll make a difference. He's got the draft. And now I do believe it's still... Nope, 3 laps to go. 3 laps to go now. Colin Cropley goes up high. Here comes Tim Fagel to move to the inside to get the number 3 spot. Yep. Does it. Enough momentum. Got it. Now we got lap traffic coming up. How about the interesting factor right now? Lap traffic, John Douglas right there. 2 laps to go for the field. Jackie Qualls going to move to the inside of Ray Castor. So now you got this lap traffic X factor. You got to be careful around this driver. John Douglas and Ray Castor find himself wrong place at the wrong time. Jackie Qualls has enough momentum. Now John Acosta gets in there. And John Acosta finds himself pinned. White flag, 1 more lap to go for Jackie Qualls. Can she hold off Tim Fagel, who has already won twice this year? Right now, the rest of the field have been distanced. It's going to go bound to being a 2-way dance. Jackie Qualls, Tim Fagel, checkered flag getting set to fly. Your winner of the Wells Fargo 500, second win for the year, going to Jackie Qualls. Tim Fagel will take second. Ray Castor will get third. John Acosta will get fourth. And Megan Yee will round out the top 5. Colin Cropley, who looked like he had a good showing, will finish just outside the top 10 in 6th. Then Austin Hughes, Liam Campbell, Johnny Gardner, Eric Matthews rounding out the top 10. Then Michael Dawson, Skyland Carlson, Dylan Pote, Alex Filter, Paige Johnson, Jamie Banks, Zach Carlson, Dylan Hughes, Chris Dollarton, and Joel Qualls. Haley Summerfield, Daniel Schwab, Ryan Cooper, Alyssa Kondo, Aaron Reed, James Qualls, Vanessa Franzen, J.G. Honorin, Josh Osborne, Stephanie Naylor. Then John Douglas and Ryan Acosta both not on the lead lap. Trey Campbell, Chantelli Barris, Sasha Dawson, John Dawson, Alexander Dawson, Tim Walsh, and Keon Shaw rounding out the field. But that engine is working beautifully for Jackie Qualls. as she'll get her second win for the season. That will really help matters. She's still got a long way to go if she wants to catch up with the rest of the field. But looking at the points, it's getting shaken up with what we saw today. Alexander Dawson and Chantilly Barr both DNF'd to stay number 1 and 2. Excuse me. James Qualls closes the gap to third. How about your top 5? Less than 100 points separate all 5 now. It's a madhouse battle going on right now. Ray Caster's in 9th and Johnny Gardner rounding out the top 10. Then Eric Matthews, Daniel Schwab, Sasha Dawson, Dylan Hughes, and Skylin Carlson rounding out the top 10. John Douglas, Paige Johnson, Ryan Cooper, Vanessa Franzen, Chris Dollarton, and John Dawson actually tied for 15th. Tim Fiegel, Jackie Qualls gets herself at the top 20 with another win. Austin Hughes and Jay Cole, where the DNQ drops to 20th. Speaking of DNQs, Josh Osborne, Alex Filter, there's Kathy Qatar. Another DNQ drops her down to the 23rd spot. Zach Carlson, Liam Campbell, Trey Campbell, Stephanie Naylor, J.G. Norton, Ryan Acosta, Alyssa Kondo, Michael Dawson, Jamie Banks, Colin Cropley, Connor Breton, John Acosta, Megan Yee, Tim Walsh, Dylan Poteet dropping down, and Keon Shaw, Joel Qualls, Aaron Reed, and Haley Summerfield. Joel Qualls starting to drop drastically. He's just not been performing well recently. And you're down 10 more events. You got to get your act together now. Like the next event for the Sunoco Cup Series, and I mean this will be their next event. We'll be showing this next. The Die Hard 500 at Talladega